Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk to you about the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty Picks, but first I want to talk to you about my latest Ulta haul. I won't go in depth with this review, but I'll tell you that I liked it. For example, I really like this makeup eraser set and this beauty blender setting spray. It was a little greasy, but I do like the feeling. I don't think it works with a ton of makeup, but every time I use it, it reminds me of those influencer parties that certain influencers were invited to. Not people like you and me, or even people that review products. This is more like people that look good while putting on makeup. And when you think about the vacations and exotic places that they send these people, and who funds them, really it's the one who buys the product is really funding these vacations. And they're nice. I mean, it's nice of the brand to do that, but at the same time it makes you really think about the markups on the product. So every time I use this setting spray, I'm reminded of these vacation videos, and it kind of like makes me happy, and yet at the same time realizing how much we're paying for these markups. So by the way, this doesn't last all day, so if you want a setting spray that lasts all day, probably try Urban Decay. Also picked up these Morphe brushes, which I kind of liked. I'll review in a separate video. Then there was this light blue intense perfume. Did not like that, was too intense for me. The regular light blue was something that I could tolerate better, and so did people around me. It's more citrusy. I also got this Glam Glow probiotic mask, which I'll talk about in another video. I got this Hemp's body wash, which is very fruity. I also got this new collection of the PUR Barbie highlighter. It was the most interesting thing out of their whole collection to me because of the shape of the stamp. I did think that the stamp was pretty, but the colors are a little too golden for my skin tone, and yet, you know, I don't hate it, I'm not mad at it, and I feel that I could still get some use out of it. So I'll review that in a separate video if you guys want me to do something for that one. Then I also got a bunch of Benefit as well as Glam Glow face products. I did like all of the Glam Glow that Ulta is now carrying. I think those are definitely worth it. I was new to this product and it was a little foamy for me, but again, if you guys want, I can do a full review on these. This one I didn't like. This was the 1BH Cosmetics palette that was really like disappointing in my. It's not very pigmented at all, and I guess, I don't know, maybe for some people it worked, but for me, I didn't really think it showed up on my skin. So that was a product that I would not recommend to other people. As far as the Kylie lip kits, I keep rebuying these small ones. I feel like I get a lot of use out of them. I always get a clean one. I have all these Urban Decay liners that I reviewed for you in a separate video, as well as the glosses, which I will not go and talk about. I'll put a link in the description below. I also got a whole lot of beauty blender cleaners, which I'm sure you guys know by now how they go. I did get like some Beauty Bakery, as well as some lip crayon from ColourPop, and these micro brow products by Benefit, as well as the new KVD line that they're now carrying. I did get the regular NARS blush because there was like a deal on that, as well as the new Candy Castle palette by ColourPop. If you guys want me to do a full review, I can. Then I picked up this perfume by Ralph because there's another deal on that, as well as some nail polishes and some tea tree shampoo and some Glam Glow starter mask as well. Now, as far as the Candyland collection, I was new to the Super Shock blushes, and so far I like the Super Shock blushes. I think they have like a nice peachy pink tone to them, and you can add as much as you want to make it look deeper and or lighter. So I prefer the blush over the palette so far. I also restocked on some old things that I keep repurchasing, such as the Shade and Light contour palette, as well as some new things like their new highlighter brush. So again, if you want any reviews on these, just let me know. I already did a review on the glosses, and I don't really do reviews on perfume, so I just want to stick to a few things that you guys really want to see. So let me know if there's anything in these videos that you see and you want a review on. Like, for example, this Ofra palette, I kind of thought it was okay. I'm just not going to do a whole video on it unless you guys really want me to. I also got all the KVD liners. Again, these are not new products, but just because Ulta's starting to carry KVD, I got really excited, and so I bought a bunch of things that maybe I did not need, but I thought they would be fun to get because I really like to support Ulta. And so yeah, let me know what you guys liked and what you'd like to see reviews. All right, so let's move on to my recommendations for the 21 days of beauty. So it's already day 1 and 2 is already passed. I already got the KKW palettes and I thought they were worth it. For the day 3, I think the Stila eyeshadows might be worth it if you don't have the kitten shade already in your collection. But other than that, nothing else interests me. I don't think anything from day 4, September 4th interests me. Maybe the Shape Tape on day 5, only if you like a heavy concealer. Maybe got out of style now. I don't really use it as much, and it's kind of got a thick application. Now for the next day, the Urban Decay liners are good. I like those. The Too Faced palettes for half off, maybe that might be worthwhile investment if you don't already have any neutrals in your collection. And we'll talk about Too Faced in more detail in a separate video, but as you know, they've already revealed their holiday 2020 collection, and it looks just like their 2017 or 2018 collection. It looks like it's even worse as far as packaging, but they also revealed another product that they'll be releasing at Ulta with another influencer. I think her name is Mariale, and I will do a separate video on that. And these swatches, oh my gosh, they look like super photoshopped, so we will be talking about those in detail later. Again, these Urban Decay liners, I think they're really good in general. I really liked the old Game of Thrones ones, but the new Stone Vibes liners, not a good investment. So for the 21 days of beauty, I think maybe if you don't have it, it's good. Then the Kylie lip kits, again, if you don't have any mattes in your collection, then maybe it might be worthwhile. But other than that, I don't see anything on September 12th that really interests me. I'm not really a big fan of IT Cosmetics. I don't know why. Next is September 13th, the Hangover Primer and Setting Spray. I think these are alright. I think this is a good deal. If you don't own any other type of primer, then it might be worth it. Skin Iceland is hit or miss for me. These two I haven't tried, so I can't really talk about those. These products, I have tried Lipstick Queen, and I find that they're very nice. Some of their color changing formulas for like giving you like a slight shift on your lips without being too creamy. I like how it's very lightweight, so I like Lipstick Queen. I don't have any recommendations on Lancome, even though I have like a bunch of their mascaras. I don't really know if they're that good enough to recommend. Then as far as the Benefit Cosmetics, the concealers, I'm not a fan of these. Also not a fan of these Cover FX setting powders. But Sunday Riley, I feel like I have the CEO cream. I like that one. The other ones, no real recommendations there. For September 16th, I have no recommendations for this date. I haven't tried any of these products. Smashbox, I feel like it's a brand that I haven't reached out for in many years, so nothing there excites me personally enough to recommend. The Tarte mascara, I think that's a good mascara. Like if you go through mascaras a lot, the mini mascaras might be a good deal. The First Aid Beauty is one of my favorite like brands, so I really like First Aid Beauty, and I think that I would recommend their product. Haven't tried the others. For the 18th, if you're a fan of Benefit Cosmetics blushes and powders, then maybe it might work out for you. I haven't reached out to these as much this past few years, and Perricone really breaks me out, so I don't really use that. 50% off ABH Brow Starter Kit. I think this is a good kit, and I think this is something that I would personally recommend. I think for $19, that's a really good deal for Brow Starter Kit. And that's just week 1 for now. And like I said, so day 20, they're going to release that new Too Faced product that we'll talk about. And oh my gosh, you guys probably already know that I'm kind of mad about this palette being so similar to the Kylie Jenner palette, the pans being very similar. Now the background is different. It gives the illusion of being a more red palette, whereas like it's basically the same tones with a similar hot pink in there and the rest being neutrals. It's not very creative, and it really doesn't scream anything holiday to me, and I decluttered that palette. So it's going to retail for $42, and it's a collaboration palette. I've never heard of this influencer before, but she does have 1 million followers, and it's a common thing with brands doing collaborations with influencers with big followings, just like Lily Pons did with Tarte. And these swatches, oh my gosh, if you zoom in on these, you see that there's no proper shading done for the areas that the swatches are put in other words, they look like they've been superimposed onto the image and they don't actually belong to those skin colors. So I don't know if they just like copy pasted it onto different skin colors, but that's not really how swatches should be. And I think that's kind of a little bit deceptive on their part, and for that I really can't with Too Faced anymore. I'm so sorry. And again, I will do a full video on this when it comes out or nearer to the time, but let me know in the comment section what you guys think. What will you be picking up in the 21 days of beauty? And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.